Hello and welcome to Never Foul. I need everybody in the chat to chill. I'm late. I was watching my team enter, win, and make Champions League football. And we're going to play in the final. We're going to put double. So we're going to be two teams in the Champions League. The one that is going to win against Man City and the one that just qualified now. Lukaku is back, scoring, assisting. Magnificent player, this guy. Magnificent.
You're going to keep him?
No, they don't have the money to keep him, apparently. But everybody here, please hit that like button for me if you just joined us. It's extra time debate. It is Saturday evening. It's the last preview of the Premier League this season. Of course, I'm here with Deji, Egal, Tom, and we're going to be joined by Hamza in a little bit, like 5-10 minutes. And the big news, listen, it's just strange. I want to start with something that is not the Premier League. Borussia Dortmund, this one. I'm not sure if you guys watched that or not.
I watched, bro. I watched.
I think this is the biggest bottle job I've seen in my life. It cannot get easier than this. The other team, they didn't even want to win. They just handed them the win. To be honest, I'm not sure if you guys watched that or not.
Yeah, I didn't watch it, but I mean, I saw what happened. I mean,
I watched it. The drama,
yeah,
bro. They missed the penalty.
Dortmund like 2-0 down.
Bro, Dortmund at 1-0 down, Haller missed the penalty. Then they went 2-0 down immediately after. And on the other end, in Bayern, you know what happened? They turned the sprinklers on in the 72nd minute while the other team was on the attack. So Cologne is on the attack in Bayern's goal, and the sprinklers just came on.
Yeah, but this is Cologne's pitch. You know that, right?
Guys,
it's so random.
I know I shouldn't be saying this, and it's just something that is just sometimes just creep my mind. And maybe it's because I watch too much Netflix and I watched about the basketball match fixing. But part of me has a bit of this whole disaster has a little Narcos feel. It feels like Pablo Escobar put like a barrel of cash in the Dortmund dressing room to say, "You man don't win this."
I thought the same.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Fixing thing. It cannot be real.
Oh no! Anyone knew that was what was going to happen today, because there is one team that I would never back to win anything, and it's Borussia Dortmund when Bayern have messed up. They are genuinely the worst team in the world. Mainz were playing a second-string goalkeeper who had made one appearance before today. That one appearance, he held 4 to like some bottom-half team. They lost 4-1. Today, they made him look like Manuel Neuer reincarnate. It's the history of Dortmund. And you know what? Bayern, I'm going to say, Bayern knew what they were doing. Bayern are just the biggest teasers in the world. They knew they had that goal coming. They knew they had that goal coming from Musiala at any point they wanted. But they just had to lure Dortmund in. That's to lure them in. Make them think, Bayern have messed it up. But
now, I'll say something. What happened today is a sackable offense.
Yeah.
100%. 100%. But on the other hand, Oliver Kahn and Salihamidzic, they got sacked right after the game, by the way, before the trophy was handed.
Which is very strange. He got sacked on the pitch. There's pictures of him getting... the actual fellow who does it all is selling him on the pitch and he's livid.
Yeah, I didn't know that it was on the pitch. It was before the game ended or something like this.
No, there's a photo of him and the owner or whatever it is talking on the pitch, and that's where he's been told he's getting sacked.
Oh my God! So the game was still going.
Yeah. Because Oliver Kahn had been told, they knew Oliver Kahn was going anyway. There'd been memes about that and everything for ages. But this fella, he just gets told there's a photo. I'll see if I can find the photo. But there's just a photo of him looking at him. They're confused.
Let me ask you guys this.
To be honest, to get sacked on the pitch is a little bit.
I've seen a manager in Egypt. I've seen a manager get sacked at halftime.
Bro, the Dortmund manager got these guys from one goal from a league title, and they couldn't get it done against Cologne at home. Everyone makes fun.
Can I be real? I'm sorry.
Worst.
Is the gal still there?
Yes.
I'm still here, no?
I just don't know.
I think something is wrong with Deji's internet. Where can you hear us, Deji? Can you see us?
Man. Yeah, I can hear you. Sorry, I thought it was you guys. Is it me?
No, you're okay, bro. We can hear you. We can see you. This is so funny.
This has gone about as well as Dortmund's title challenge on the last day.
Bro, that's StreamYard for you. Sometimes you're perfectly fine on our end, but on your end it's messed up.
Yeah, but so hear me out.
Mate,
go ahead. What do you want to say? Oh my God, he's not.
I think it's comments about the brown paper, the barrel of cash in the Dortmund changing room, and now they've hacked into the Wi-Fi. So I can't give more kind of conspiracy theory about what happened today.
limit the conspiracy theories to one an hour. That's what they're saying.
So forget
11 league titles. It's official. It's no longer called the Bundesliga. It's called the Bayern Liga. That's what it is.
Yeah, 100%.
Because these guys have won 32 league titles. The next closest team has 4 or something like that.
I think this is the worst underdog story. I think like this Dortmund story. I said it. I'm sorry, Egal. I had to put your team on the tweet, but this underdog story is terrible. It's the whole world against Bayern Munich. It's like everyone, other than 3 teams, Schalke and another couple of teams that don't like Dortmund. Everybody else wanted Dortmund to win. Everyone. It's astonishing, to be honest.
The thing, to me, it's just it's either it depends on how you watch football. It's either a dead good advert for the sport because of all the drama, or it's a dead bad advert for the league because how is a team that has been as bad as Bayern Munich winning a league title with 71 points?
Bro, it was the best thing that ever happened to the league.
That's not even enough to get Champions League in the Prem. And that's enough to win a title over there.
The best thing that happened to the league because Bayern were making the league unfair and not competitive at all. For them to drop that many points and for it to be that close this end of the season, I'll tell you this: those 2 games were probably the most watched Bayern and Dortmund games in the league in a long time when they didn't play each other.
Yeah. So okay,
it doesn't look like a great advert.
It doesn't make any sense to me. To be honest, what happened today? I thought there was no urgency sometimes at the door. This is what the conspiracy theory
their ass fell from under them.
Somehow in minute like 80 something, there was no urgency. Like Mats Hummels was just standing in the back.
I don't think you can ask 34-year-old Mats Hummels to show a bit of it.
No, but like just being the 18, like
I was shocked. I was shocked watching him walk out. I thought he retired 2 years ago. Mats Hummels. I didn't know he was still kicking about.
No, but it's just some players weren't like rushing the ball. I'm like, you're not. This is a league title.
It was when they brought on the younger players that Duranville, apparently that kid was making his debut. He was dead good. Reina was bright when he came on. I thought Makoko had some good moments when he came on. When they brought on the kids who actually wanted to do something, they got somewhere. Like Brandt was awful. Who else was there?
Even Sebastian Haller was terrible somehow.
His head went when he missed the pen. I think that was what killed Dortmund a little bit because
that was like.
To be fair though, we'll give Dortmund the credit. They should have had another pen. I don't get how the second one isn't a pen. The second one's more of a pen than the first one. When that Adam Martin fella jumps into the back of him.
Yeah. So listen, we're gonna get Hamza on if he's ready. I think he's ready. He's ready. So guys, we have over 130 people. People are still joining. So please hit that like button for me. We're not even on 50 likes. That's embarrassing, guys. So hit that like button for me. I want to start with some news today about Daniel Levy saying that Harry Kane isn't leaving. Very strange, isn't it? Like he said he's not gonna leave. I'm not sure. Did you guys read that?
Today? I thought he said to a Premier League club,
which is very strange. Why? He's not. It has 1 year left. This guy's an idiot.
He's a liar.
He's an idiot.
He's a liar.
Like Deji, what did you think about this? Too like this Harry Kane is just for me. It's like just cash in now, buy players.
Levy could have fooled me. The truth of the matter is, Levy has made a mockery of Tottenham Hotspur this season. He's kind of the stuff that he's doing off the pitch. I think I said yesterday on the Egal show that soon we're going to see a Tottenham Hotspur NFL team. Harry Kane has to go for his sanity, for my sanity, for all Tottenham fans' sanity. He's paid his dues. He's done his time. He done his sentence. And now the parole board have looked at the case and they've said, set this brother free. Set this bro free. Daniel Levy is saving face. He's been doing that all week. Nagelsmann tried to pretend that they didn't chat to Nagelsmann when they did. Then earlier this week, we thought we were getting Slot through the door. Tottenham fans were shaking their bum online. We convinced ourselves that Slot was the third best choice after Pochettino and Nagelsmann. And then my man ain't ready to pay the 15 mil compensation. And all of a sudden, Slot is no longer, that deal was never on the table. And he signs a new deal with Feyenoord. And now all of a sudden, Kane has said he's gone. And now he's saying he's not leaving. Shut your mouth, Levy. Get out the club. Give it to some Saudi owners, some owners in America or China, and let us start afresh. Because this brother right here is just making a mockery of us. Let me tell you now, we do not believe anything this guy is saying. From when he has to release a statement mid-season apologizing for the debacle, then players having to dig into their little pockets to pay back train tickets. I mean, what else could go wrong? I mean, it's a mess.
I just can't wait for Brendan Rodgers as the new Tottenham manager. I cannot wait for that moment when he's announced. That is what you don't understand my Brendan Rodgers agenda. I watched that man run my club like we were Swansea City. I cannot wait for him to do it at Tottenham without Harry Kane.
Bro,
can you imagine him with Richarlison up front? It's going to be so funny.
Bro, let me just say this quickly before Hamza goes. Tottenham have had 13 managers reject them before they hired Nuno. They're currently on 7. How many more managers before somebody gets that job?
I mean,
it's going to be a joke.
It's a joke, to be honest. I mean,
bro, I don't think any of our clubs have had 3 managers reject us. You know, I've never seen 3 managers reject Arsenal. I don't know about you guys.
I mean, I can't believe. I for one can't believe you've got that many managers rejecting. You've got the stadium. You've got that they get free tickets to the NFL, the F1. Beyonce's there. They can go watch Beyonce's the new manager. You know, that's probably got to get them some clout. They can go to the cheese room that you've got. That stadium is your biggest selling point. I can't believe managers don't want to manage there. It's not like you've got a crap squad or anything.
Well, do you know why? Because there's something missing. And the key is you're going to manage a club with all the glitz and the glam, with all the optics, and have no money. And in this day and age, I've been saying it, you cannot come into the... Look, we're talking about Bayern Munich and Dortmund today. The truth is, the rest of Europe has become a joke compared to the Premier League. I have a feeling, no disrespect, Mo, but I've already put down a cheeky 50 quid on Man City getting double figures against you, man, in the Champions League final, because the gulf in class is just massive. Do you get what I'm saying? So we need the guys. If the guy doesn't get Man United, that's the sort of thing we need now. That's the level of the Premier League. Levy doesn't want to spend 15 mil. Bloody hell, if you can't spend 15 mil to get the man that you want, who are you going to buy with that mentality? You can't buy anyone, so I don't blame you.
Deji, I think he actually rejected you. I think it's another one that was presented with a project that he wasn't convinced.
No,
I don't think he was convinced. Did you guys? I believe genuinely, and that's not banter, that you guys present projects to these managers and they sit down with their agents and with their advisors and they think there is no future here. And they look at the history of the manager and how did he get out of your club? And they say, I'm not joining. Why would I want to join?
Bro, what I want to say is I respect these managers for turning down Tottenham because these men are not doing tick box. You know, there's some people who are quite happy to do tick boxes. But there are other people with integrity that say, look, if I'm going to come into this club, I actually want to do a good job. I actually want to win something. I actually want to bring some trophies into this club. But if they're looking at it and saying, look, I'm looking at the squad, I'm looking at the budget you're giving me, what you're asking me to do is a miracle. Let's be real. Pochettino did a miracle for Tottenham. And how often do miracles come round? Do you get what I'm saying? And what they want, what Tottenham want, is to pay peanuts and to have more miracles. It ain't going to happen. We either pay, if you offer any one of these top managers a £500 million war chest, we'll have a manager tomorrow. But if you're offering a top manager 60 mil, when you got to compete with Liverpool, Chelsea, United, Newcastle, Arsenal, Villa now, you're mad. Unless you're the only person I can see taking Tottenham for 60 mil is the Wrexham manager. That's about it.
Hamza, what?
Yeah, man. No. It's a difficult one, man.
Exactly.
Listen, but Deji, you know what? It's a difficult one because if I'm him, I'll not sell Kane to any other club because think about if Kane leaves your club, then everything crumbles. Basically, everything crumbles. Then it's hard to rebuild. So do you take a loss of losing him on a free, rather than losing him? And if you don't lose it, if you lose him this season, everything crumbles. Like your shirt sells, in terms of next year, it takes ages to rebuild because you need basically you need the whole defense, you need a keeper, your midfield is poor, your attack is poor. And I'm talking about how many players do you need?
I hear what you're saying. And and anyone who knows me personally knows that my favorite dessert is apple crumble. I say we let him go now. I think Chelsea should come in for Kane for 120
Do not go
million.
Chelsea.
No, if you offer 120 million,
Chelsea's the perfect club for him.
Let him go.
The way Chelsea is set up, the players Chelsea are bringing in, I reckon Chelsea is the perfect place for him. He doesn't
I
have to
agree.
worry
I think so.
about
Let him go.
if he goes to United, because I know United's the favourite for him. If Harry Kane goes to United, he'd be a goal threat, 100%. He'd go down there as the main goal threat. But Rashford's still going to want to get his goals. Fernandes is still going to want to get his goals. At Chelsea, Kai Havertz cannot walk in and tell Harry Kane, I still want to get my goals.
No, you can't.
Your 8 goals a season. Harry Kane goes to Chelsea. Everything goes to Harry Kane. Harry Kane will hit 30 a season. Easy.
Curse. There's a curse in number 9, man.
But
Guys,
also,
do you want honesty?
million.
Do you guys want honesty?
I'll tell you
all the
something.
Premier League, Egal, I'm gonna just tell you something. I'm gonna throw something at you. Do you know honesty? Harry Kane, the best place for Harry Kane, which is never gonna happen, is Arsenal Football Club.
Hell no.
I'll tell you why. Logically, I'll tell you why. Because he has Saka and Martinelli, young players. He's the only one who can lift everybody around him in this club. Again, Man United, Rashford, a little bit older than them. I think he has Casemiro already a leader. This is of course it's never gonna happen. It looks like it's not gonna happen. He's not gonna go to any Premier League because Daniel Levy is willing to take the loss just to prevent him from going anywhere else. He's just, to be honest, he's just being stubborn.
It doesn't make sense though, because let's say Daniel Levy says, "No, I'm not going to sell Harry Kane this year to a Prem club."
You're gonna get arrested alive on camera.
Why am I getting arrested live on YouTube? Nah,
he's getting arrested live on YouTube.
I just seen sirens. I'm like, yo, my man's getting arrested live on YouTube.
I'm a Premier League
Hamza, your takes are so bad. They called the police on you.
It's for the charges on Man City. They're coming for Hamza.
Man, don't worry, there's no charges. They're innocent.
Yo, everyone throw free Hamza in the chat. The guy's gonna get locked up.
Guilty.
Yo, listen, let me just say this. Harry Kane will fit in any team. But the reality is he's at an age where he needs to go somewhere where he can win. If he leaves that club, Tottenham, and he goes somewhere else and he doesn't win, people are going to say it's him. They're not going to say it's Tottenham. They're going to say it's him. He's the problem. They're going to say he's such a great player, but he is going to be known as the guy who could never get a team over the line. And maybe his going to Man United
But
will at
it's
least get him a
but
cup.
you know what?
Going to Chelsea
Where
right
he-
now, going to Chelsea is actually
It's
a
a suicide
backward
mission.
move.
Yeah, it's a suicide
Mhm.
mission.
I don't think
Again,
so.
I don't
Look,
think Chelsea are that far off.
I'm saying Chelsea because they're the only team at the moment that with a year left on the contract would spend over 100 mil for Kane. And for me,
Man
Tottenham,
United
the,
will do
re-
it.
Man
the
United
rebuild,
will in a heartbeat.
the rebuild has to happen. If it doesn't happen now, Hamza, it's going to happen next year. I say let's get 100, 120 mil, and let's just start with some young guns. I quite like what Southampton tried to do. They've got some good young players. Let's have a season
That
where
was
we know we're
relegated,
going to
didn't
do nothing.
Can I ask you
The
guys
rebuild.
genuine question about
Wait, you
Spurs?
like what Southampton did? They got relegated.
They got relegated, but look at the
Yes,
ballers
yes,
that they've got.
yeah,
They've got
yeah,
They,
yeah.
ha-
ballers.
they haven't.
Southampton's
They
got some
haven't won a
ballers.
game. They haven't
Bro,
won a game
I'm not gonna
since
lie to you.
March 4th.
We brought in
Bro, I hear
Mayu.
what you're saying, but
finished
look
eighth.
at the ballers that Southampton got.
Nah,
Some of the
Bro,
young
it's
guys.
not
It's-
about
it-
ballers. It's about results. Being in the
The-
top
the-
six
the-
is about
Chelsea
results.
brought in
Southampton
ballers.
done.
They finished
You
12th.
need a balance. You need a balance. If you're going to bring in that many young players, you need a number of experienced heads, a number of people who've been there, done it, got the experience
manager.
for it. Tottenham Hotspur have a load of old players, but they aren't experienced players because they've never won anything. They've never actually survived the pressure situations. They've always crumbled in the pressure situations. So then you're falling onto the young players to try and be the difference maker when it's not going to work. What Tottenham needs to do is go back to square one. Everything that is all this squad that has been here since Poch, it was a fantastic era for you. Probably one of the best in Tottenham's recent years. But it's holding you back. It is holding you back big time because now you're running into the issue of having a squad that, let's say you get Brendan Rodgers in, that squad will be made up of 5 different managers' players. 5 of them.
Yeah.
You have to run it back. You have to go and blow it up and just try and get that number back down.
Wait, so if Kane goes to Tottenham,
Let's do
would
it
you
now
be a
then.
Judas?
If Kane
Who?
goes to Man United, what?
If he goes to Chelsea, would he be a Judas?
No.
Yeah, biggest Judas, 100%.
But you called Pochettino a Judas.
Pochettino
Yeah.
is different.
Bro, they sacked
Pochettino.
Pochettino. They sacked him at Spurs. You have to remember this. They sacked us. Anyway, last question on Spurs, because I want to move on to a different topic. If Spurs do what Tom just said, which looks like the only way for them to go back, will that be them leaving the top 6? Is there a way back there into the top 6? Looking at Newcastle and what is going on with Newcastle, do you think that they will be left behind?
It's going to become top 7. They're going to be considered the 7th team.
I think yeah, I agree with Egal. I think definitely we need to kind of change the narrative. There's no more big 6. It's the big 7 now. And I think that with Newcastle,
why Spurs are being considered? Because of revenue or the stadium, or because
Spurs,
of
you Tom named it. Tottenham have the best everything off the field. We just need to sort out our team on the field, and that is a matter of time. For
That's
me,
not the point. That's not.
look. Let me
football.
Mo. Let me just say something. Let me just say, because I hear what you're saying. All Tottenham need is someone.
Wallahi,
to
it's
just
not
buy-
banter, Deji.
All
You know
we
that,
need is
right?
someone to buy Spurs. You know, if someone comes in
Qatari.
and if a Qatari owner comes in and buys Spurs, it's long for all of you. You know that.
But you know,
Yes,
something?
okay, yes,
I
because you have
agree
all the
with you.
facilities,
I
but it
agree
hasn't
with you,
happened
but
Daniel
yet.
Levy is
It
a
hasn't
prick.
happened.
I can
They
see
need
that.
to
I can
break.
see.
It's coming though. I can feel it.
But you
I can
guys
feel
know why.
Qatari going
You
to
guys know.
Spurs.
But you guys know why Daniel Levy is not gonna sell, right? I'm
He's
not
gonna
going
sell.
to get
And if he
into
sells,
this.
it will be
I'm
a
not going to get
minority.
into this on air, but you guys know
It
that
will
it's
be a
not gonna
minority.
happen.
It will be a minority.
Yes. You know, he's not going to sell the majority to the Qataris. It's not going to happen.
And you know
Daniel
what he would
Levy's
do?
not done all
Daniel
this
Levy's the
work
kind of
to
guy,
get all these
he will sell-
sponsorships to not even
And
see
do you
it
want
through.
honesty, Egal? Do you want honesty?
Hamza's gonna get
Again,
arrested
Hamza,
again.
come on. Hamza, again. We
Yo,
can't do this.
who sending the police officer around?
They're coming for them 115 charges, Hamza. They're coming.
They're
Yo.
coming for you.
Hamza, if I see one more police officer, you need to get off the stream. You're gonna get arrested. It's done on camera, guys. You know what's gonna happen? He's gonna be still talking about Man City as he's getting locked up. He's like, "Yo, wait, 1 second, one more thing, Holland."
No, anyway, so let's move on from Spurs, because I think if they sell Harry Kane, it's gonna be a long time before they get into the sit on the table again. I want to talk about Liverpool for a bit.
Okay.
Liverpool and Arsenal.
We don't have to, you know. We can.
No.
cross over that one.
The reason why
No,
I want
we
to talk
can
about
talk about
Liverpool and
Europa League.
Arsenal while Hamza is here, because I was listening to Egal on the top 6 like yesterday, and there is this notion that people kept asking Egal, why do you think Arsenal have a better chance of competing next year than Liverpool if both of them get their targets? And I want to ask Tom this. If both get their targets, Declan Rice, Egal, a striker, and another midfielder top, and Liverpool get
And
McAllister and
cover?
2 other midfielders, why are we saying that Liverpool would have a better chance? Is that only because of Jurgen Klopp?
No, it's because they have players that they consider which are world class, and apparently we don't.
Tom, do you agree with that? I don't like if they get like the cup, like their signings.
I'll be honest. The reason why I say if we get again, I don't know who it is. I know what I would want as a transfer window, but I don't think we get it. So it's hard to say. But if we get the right transfers in, I believe we can finish above Arsenal because, simply put, my players have been there and done it. I know Arsenal will get past that hoodoo. They will break that duct eventually. But for now, it's an Arsenal team that has only experienced failure in the nicest possible way. It's an Arsenal team that has only experienced failure. Whereas my team, we've lost a load of things. We lost like 4 finals in a row in the first 4, but we've also been there and done it. And we have, in my eyes, the perfect makeup of a squad. And we've shown at the end of this season, we've went on some run. We could go, I think it's 9 games unbeaten or 10 games unbeaten, 8 wins, potentially. And that is with a midfield that more often than not is playing against us. It's playing against us at times. Jordan Henderson, honest to God, I've never known a man get man of the match for the opposition team 3 times in a row. That's how bad he is. And if we're able to fix these pieces, we have the intangibles there. Like I'm so big on what Mohamed Salah can do that I've said it to you, Egal. I think you are missing a type of player like that. Arsenal lack a killer. If Arsenal gets a killer, I'm a lot more worried. If Arsenal get a striker who I can sit there and go, he's getting you 25 a season. He's getting it because that's what Arsenal lack. You have one player who I reckon can get 20 plus goals in a Premier League season, and that's Martinelli. I don't believe Saka will ever do that. I think Saka's too spread out in his game. I think Saka will get like 17 goals and 14 assists. You lack a killer. Not because you don't score enough, because in the big moments where titles are decided, where your objectives are decided, you don't know who you want that chance to fall to. You don't have someone.
One second. I'll tell you this. If I want a chance to fall to somebody, I want it to be Martinelli. That's the fact. Because he's the best. He's one of the best finishers at the club.
That's fine, Egal. That's fine.
But if I want
right now, you would want that chance.
If I want the person to have the ball with the decision making, it's Odegaard.
That's pretty sad if Martinelli is the person.
Martinelli's the best finisher at the club. Martinelli's one of the best finishers.
Martinelli's the best finisher at the club, but I'll be honest, Martinelli isn't one of the best finishers in the league.
I said that.
Are you guys Martinelli is a better player than Saka? Is that
no? I'm saying finishing.
How many goals did he score?
He scored like 16 goals or 15
in all competitions.
In the Premier League, just Premier League.
Okay.
16 in the Premier or something like that.
Yeah.
Martinelli?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was 15, no? Was it 15
16
or
15? I don't know.
I'll check now.
I think it's
15. He's the
15.
top scorer with Odegaard.
Well,
so that's to be honest, that's very good actually. That's very good.
That's one goal. That's one goal off the best goal scoring record for a Brazilian in the league.
Like that's very good actually. So you're putting your hopes on Martinelli.
No Brazilian.
What was that, bro? What was that you just tried to do? This whole one goal off the best Brazilian in the league. He's ranked number 7 in the Prem this season in terms of goals scored.
Who?
Martinelli is the 7th highest goal scorer in the league this season.
Yeah.
No, what he's on about is the record for a Brazilian, the record for most goals scored in a season by a Brazilian is 50, and it was Firmino in like 17, 18.
I hear that, man, but
I'm telling you what, Egal, if you are basing your goal scoring record on Firmino, who is the provider for Liverpool,
I'm saying he was. One second, I was saying he was one goal off of breaking a record, and you guys are now twisting it into something that it's not. Just merely point out the fact that it was.
Okay, so what? So Can you? So, what do you think about what Tom said? I really want to know, like, because
this is what I
it's
think.
really eating
I
my
don't
head.
disagree with much of what he said in the sense that his team is more experienced. You can't dispute that. His team have killers in Mo Salah. Let's be honest, none of our players have reached the level of Mo Salah when it comes to goals scored in a single season. That is a fact. But one thing I do think is he's not realizing the damage that's been done with their team, not addressing so many seasons after season, not addressing their team and not strengthening, has left them so far behind that not only do they need to sign a bunch of players, they need those players to come in and hit the ground running and work. And a lot of these players this season, if shown that the transition period for Liverpool hasn't been as smooth because they haven't had all those older players also performing. It's not only the
think
new
he gets
signings,
massively
it's
overshot.
Salah not performing as well as he used to. Van Dijk not performing as well as he used to.
That's it.
You've seen dips in their forms also. It's not just the midfield.
So, Egal, what I'm going to say is the midfield is the root cause of everything.
I agree with you there.
Our defense has performed worse this season, but our
Van
defensive
Dijk,
numbers,
your main players,
our
except for
defensive
Allister.
numbers, our defensive numbers are still the same. Van Dijk is still hitting the same numbers of what he was doing previously. The issue now is we are facing more chances a game. We are facing worse chances a game because our midfield cannot do the basic job. If we are able to bring in midfielders that can do the job, a McAllister, a Lavia, a Thuram, a Kone, whoever, we're able to bring in 3 good midfielders, all of a sudden the players around will look better.
So,
Because
Tom,
the
let me
root
ask you
cause is
something.
source-
Are these players the ones that take? That's what I don't understand from Liverpool fans. You're saying McAllister, that's one, but you're saying Lavia and you're saying Thuram. Lavia and Thuram shouldn't be on Liverpool's radar. You should aim way higher than this.
Lavia's quality.
Yes, but he's a young player. Guys, you don't understand. He's a young player. Like, he shouldn't be the guy that will come in and be your starting midfielder. You should aim higher than this, Tom.
I don't need
Liverpool
him to do
should
that,
aim
yes.
higher.
I don't need him to do that, yes. Who's gonna
do it?
I know
Henderson?
Fabinho is going to do that role next year. As much
See,
as I don't want him to.
that's what I'm
Fabinho's
talking
going
about,
to do it.
Liverpool fans. They are still relying on Fabinho to do the job again.
I don't want to, but I know that's how it's going. There is no point in me sitting here going.
But that's the problem, Tom. You should aim higher. You're Liverpool
I want
Football
to aim
Club.
higher,
but he's being realistic.
There is a difference. He's
being realistic.
Is someone like a
Lavia's going to cost him 50 million, Egal, at least.
No, but what he's saying is he doesn't believe his board are going to do what he wants.
I want us to go get the elite midfielders. I want us to go get a Barella. I want us to go get a Kimmich. But we're not going to do that. So I need to look at the ones that are within our recruitment strategy. Romeo Lavia has a lot of good upside. Of good upside.
I agree with
everything
you.
he's shown.
Is
it enough? Is it enough to get us winning the title again? No. I've said that for weeks now. We will not win the title next year.
So
we are not going to be good enough to win the title next year.
So who's going to be in a better situation next year to win the title? You or us?
I don't think
they're getting Declan Rice. They're getting Declan Rice. You are getting Declan Rice versus Lavia. Who's better?
Guess what? That is one way of looking at it. Their midfield is better than ours. That's fantastic. Our attack is still better. Our attack. I still back our attack.
You had one player who performed better than our attackers.
Okay, so let's do it then. 5v5 because we're on about depth here as well. Depth is what.
Wait, are we comparing the two 11s because you have better players at the top level, but we have a better team?
You can't
have a better midfield. You have a better midfield.
You need a midfield.
What I'm saying is, we have a better team. You have.
We go man for man.
You have players.
Okay. Tom, your forward were performing this year. Your defense is performing this year. Your goalkeeper is top notch, probably the best in the world. Your midfield is not performing. Look where you are.
Yeah, midfield is key, man.
Guess what? We've never needed good midfielders.
But you had Fabinho and Henderson who were
at the top of their game. At the top of their game.
Fabinho was in conversations as the best DM in world football.
Henderson was working like a donkey.
When I say we do not need the best midfielders, I'm not on about. I'm on about what they do. I don't need my midfielders to be putting up Martin Odegaard numbers, or let's say Kevin De Bruyne numbers, or even Bernardo Silva type numbers, or Gundogan. I don't need my midfielders to do that. My midfielders are there to make sure that the other ones who are better at it are able to do their job with no problem whatsoever. That's what I need off them. So when I'm looking at these midfielders being brought in, people are judging them by different standards. I'm not going to sit there and judge Alexis McAllister by how many goals he scores when if he comes in. Do you know what's stupid? If Alexis McAllister came in and scored 7 goals next season in 38 games,
Yeah, nobody cares. Nobody's asking him to score goals. Yes,
that would be the highest scoring Liverpool midfield season under Jurgen Klopp.
The
7.
creator.
7.
What did
But I
Gini
don't need to
Wijnaldum
create
score?
because I've got Trent for that.
What
Tom,
did Gini
I've got
Wijnaldum
Salah for
score?
that.
Gini Wijnaldum didn't score
Gini
more than
Wijnaldum
like
got about
6,
4 or
7
5 a
goals.
season.
Yeah.
Wijnaldum
Man.
got
But they
about
were
4 yeah.
creators. They were
What?
creators.
I think it was
They
Lallana.
weren't.
I think it was Lallana in 16-17 who got 7 or 8.
No, but you want to know
So-
something? You want to know what it comes down to, Mo? What it comes down to is Liverpool have recently won a league title. They've competed with Liverpool. They've competed with City for the last couple of years, and at the top level, Alisson is rated higher than Ramsdale. Van Dijk is still rated as one of the best defenders, and Mo Salah is still rated as one of the best attackers. The difference makers they have are those experienced guys. They look at Arsenal, and you say to yourself, "Who do you have to get us over the line?" That's what he's basically saying. If we're in a situation where either of us are closer, he would expect Arsenal's guys to buckle and his guys to get over the line because they've done it before. You want to know something? I don't disagree with you there. What I need to see from my team is them to buy more experienced players, buy players who are of quality to compete at the top level, and fill that gap with quality. No more just buying youngsters to fill gaps. No more.
I still think you're lacking a bit in depth.
Buying yard sale pieces from other leagues and bullshit. We need.
I still think you're lacking in depth. I think that's your issue, and I think that's why you're still a year or two away.
And you don't have any depth as well.
No, but one
You
second.
have
One
no
second.
depth as well.
The depth part is important.
Do you have depth? You have depth only in the forward line. That's it.
Yeah, right.
The depth part
That's
is
it.
important
That's
because
it. Done.
the players.
I will
signed-
give you the positions we don't have depth in: midfield and right back.
One second.
Every other
I know
position,
you don't have
And
depth also, but you
central
still won the league.
defenders.
The difference is you need to buy
Gomez
the
and
quality to
Matip
come
and
into your starting 11, and the players who are currently starting need to be pushed back to your bench. You don't need to buy bench players. The mistake people make is they go and buy bench players and then they buy dead wood. We're not buying dead wood. We're buying starters and we're pushing Partey to the bench. That's the plan.
But how many signings do you think you need next year, Egal? How many signings do you think you need next year?
Realistically, it's probably 6.
No,
6.
6.
I think we're gonna get 5, but
Who? Or not
5
who, but what?
starters.
not 5 starters. Not 5 starters. Defensive cover, 2 of them at least. One fullback, 1 center back. Those are bench players. Midfielder, which is going to be Declan Rice. Another midfielder, which is going to be an 8, right? Like a Gundogan or something like that. So that's 3. That's 4 so far. And then
I'm saying Gundogan. You're not getting Gundogan. It's the biggest joke ever. Why would you say Gundogan? You don't
listen,
know.
that's who we're
It's
linked
the
to.
biggest joke.
That's who we're linked to. That's who
No,
we're
but you
linked
know,
to.
there's no link.
That's who we're linked to.
It's
They're
right
gonna
or
get
right.
Gundogan. Hamza,
Or-
like it or
He
not,
would-
they're gonna get
Listen,
Gundogan.
he will know. He will never go to that
Listen,
club.
They're
listen.
gonna offer him more money than Barcelona and a longer contract.
They
Defensive
will
midfield.
never.
Listen,
I put money
this
there.
is my thing. We if we can go and get 3 midfielders, that would be amazing. Get me Declan Rice, get me an 8, and get me somebody else who can fill the squad that's experienced. They can add quality to the team. 2 defenders, and really and truly, the 6th player for me is a striker. But I don't think we're going to sign a striker. The reason why we're not going to sign a striker, Arsenal Football Club is going to push the can down the road for another year. And I don't really think we need a striker to win the league necessarily. We just need our attacking players to perform and score that to the caliber of 20 goals. I think Martinelli can get there. I think Saka can get there. And from what I've seen from Jesus, I don't know if he can get me 20 league goals, but he sure can get me what he can get me right now, which is probably around 15. You get Trossard chipping in, and we bring in one more attacking player like I don't know who we're going to bring in, Asensio or something like that.
Egal, you need a
more goals
striker.
off the bench.
You know that. You know that
bro.
you need a striker. You know that, right?
I know we need a striker, but we need a striker to win the Champions League. We don't necessarily need a striker to
You
win the
need a
league.
striker to win the league, man. You can't.
Well,
No,
no.
you don't.
The reason
Why
why we
are
say you
City
need a
fans-
striker to win the league is because you need someone to get you goals.
Go.
And
Or
You can still win the league
We
without.
didn't win the league with a striker. We didn't win the
You can
league
still
with a
win the league
striker.
without a
Get
striker.
plus
Our
20, right?
striker.
Or Saka and Martinelli get plus 20. Or
Martinelli
plus
can get
20.
plus 20. Easy.
No.
Easy.
No, like Tom, if his
No.
wingers get plus
Bro,
20
come on.
and Odegaard put the same numbers, that's all right.
Martinelli. Listen.
Martinelli ain't getting 20 goals.
First of all, guys, Guys, why are we being genuinely dishonest here? We didn't lose the league because of our attack. Our attack has been up there. We scored 83 goals. What the issue was, our defense let us down in the business end of the season. Our defense was the issue in the business end of the season.
I'm not going to talk about it because I think it's Arteta's fault that he didn't work on the
I
bench
agree
players.
with you there, but the defense was the main issue.
Because you looked sensational with the first 11. You looked very good. Once one got injured, you're like, oh, everything fell apart. Like it looked like
he needs to be better at man management.
Look, on the level, I think, you know, both Tom and Egal, you've put forward quite persuasive arguments in terms of what your teams.
I feel like a Geordie getting ready to make a decision here. Are we guilty or not guilty?
But the thing is, I'm just looking at, we got to wait and see what Newcastle are going to do in the summer. I think Man United have been offered a bit of a war chest there.
Newcastle are not there.
Ten Hag can kick on. And if Chelsea get Pochettino, they're going to be in the top
Chelsea
four.
won't even sniff top four.
And now, if Chelsea are in the top four,
what are we talking about? Chelsea won't even sniff top four.
That means Liverpool don't make top four again, and it means Arsenal come back out of the top four. That's what.
What are you talking about?
Do you get what I'm saying?
What are you talking about?
What do you mean? What am I talking about? Bro, this season was your chance to do something.
No, but what did you just say?
I
Repeat
don't
it
think
again.
Arsenal kicking on, bro.
No, forget about Arsenal.
Egal, just said Chelsea finishing the balls.
Bro,
man said Chelsea's getting top four.
Can we give each other a chance to talk? Like,
if Liverpool come back, Chelsea come back under Poch, Man U kick on, Newcastle kick on. How does Arsenal stay in the top four?
Bro, listen. First of all,
how do you stay in the top four?
One second. First of all, Chelsea need to double their points from this season even to come close to us. That's one. Right? Number two, bro, Chelsea's currently on 30-something points.
Bro, you came from fifth and almost won the league.
We never were on 30-something points this end of the season, bro. They barely got 40, bro. Allow it. When we're talking about Chelsea, dead the Chelsea talk. We all can admit here, if Chelsea challenge for top four next season, that's good season right now. But when it comes to Liverpool,
Chelsea won the league after being 10th. Just to let you know.
What?
Chelsea won the league after being 10th.
Yeah,
bro, because they had a squad
with 93 points.
Because they had a squad. Chelsea had a squad. This is not a Chelsea team that has a balanced squad. Okay. They have to get rid of 15 players. They have a team that quit on them halfway through the season. They don't even have a manager. They don't know what type of style of play they're going to play next season.
Change tomorrow.
There's too much issues with Chelsea to even count them. This is not a league.
By the way, I agree with you. I don't think
this is not a league where you go from where you are, Chelsea are right now, to getting into top four like that. There's going to be transition. I'm not even
Brighton are going to finish higher than
you
Chelsea.
You guys keep mentioning Chelsea like they're a relevant club next season. They're irrelevant next season again. That is a cast iron fact. Based on the situation that they're in, they could maybe get better and get into Europe and maybe fight for top four. But stop mentioning Chelsea when we're talking about the
all right. So we did the Chelsea. We did the Chelsea. Liverpool come back.
No. Forget about Liverpool. Let's address Newcastle. Newcastle are yet too far away to be saying they're going to now challenge for the league. That is crazy also. I think.
But do you think they're going to stay in the top four or not? Because I think they will. I think they will.
We need to see if they can handle 2 games a week for the whole season. Because when they had to do that this season, Newcastle, their worst form came when they had to consistently play 2 games a week
did you hear Tom
in that winter period.
Can you? Yeah.
I think we need to see if you can handle the 2 games.
No, but
a week
they did it this year. Tom, they did it.
No. Because it's a completely different kettle of fish. It's a completely different kettle of fish. Putting out teams for Dinner Pro 1 and teams for Bayern Munich. Arsenal will have to play their first.
They won't have to deal with this until February, bro. Guys, remember, they're going to be part 2. They won't have to deal with this level of football until February.
So straight away, they've got to deal with the team from pot 1. They've got to deal with the team from. Let me go find the Champions League.
Which can be Feyenoord.
Okay.
I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not really focused on the Champions League like that right now.
Before Egal says his thing,
I'm not really focused on the Champions League right now.
Arsenal were bringing in Nketiah and Marquinhos against Zurich, and they were shaking their bum when Nketiah scored. There is no way Marquinhos and Nketiah start in the same 11 in any Champions League game next season.
Wallahi, they will never. I agree with you.
Never happen.
Can we?
But they
You
were-
know what? Shake my hand. Wallah, I agree with you.
But
You're 100%
Egal,
right.
Egal,
Why
what
on earth would Eddie Nketiah start a Champions League game?
Well,
I
he
know,
was
well, you
starting
know,
your Europa games though.
Egal, well, you know,
Yeah.
you know, Marquinhos, I thought was going. Was a good
Marquinhos getting
signing.
sold. The guy couldn't make it at Norwich.
No, Marquinhos.
Marquinhos is dead, bro. The man couldn't
So
make it
what's
at
that?
Norwich.
Your fans confuse me a lot because when you was playing Europa League against PSV, you got, and before that you were saying, "Oh, he's good,
Bro,
he looks."
wallahi,
And then suddenly
anybody
they didn't name this guy's
who
name.
sits, Hamza, you know when you do the thing where you go poof and you do that thing?
Yeah, fool.
That's what he is.
Yeah, listen, I think the threat for me, yeah, is Liverpool. I think the threat for me is Liverpool. And I
Because they
need
beat you before.
no, because of Klopp, nothing else. Liverpool without Klopp is nothing. Liverpool without Klopp, they're going back to Roy Evans' day. I don't fear Liverpool.
We're going
It's
back
the
to the
Klopp.
90s.
Klopp,
Guys,
Klopp's
is this
a
true?
fantastic
It's,
manager.
is this comment
Yes.
true? Is it next
So-
season?
I think so.
Is it
I
next
think
season
so.
or the season after?
It's
Next
it's
season, I think.
It's next season for the year
Why
after.
is that? Why is that?
So the
It's
change in
because the
they're
format of
changing
the Champions League is changing.
So it's going
Why
from
is
the actual groups.
why are they making Champions League worse, man?
Have you seen how it's changed,
That's
Hamza?
already done. Hamza,
Hamza,
that's
win your
already done.
Champions League now.
Hamza, you're whining like a year later. This is announced like a year before. Now it's about the number of teams. They haven't announced
Hamza,
the number
they're trying to
of
fight the
teams yet.
Super League. That's what it is.
It's,
They
yes,
want to make it
it's
so.
36
But
teams.
Ella,
Super
thank you so
League,
much for the
and they're all
super
in the
chat, my
league.
man. Thank you so much. But anyway,
There you go.
so that means 5 teams
Yeah,
in this year, this coming season.
yeah, but Chelsea still won't be the fifth.
next
No,
year.
the season after.
Next year.
Listen,
Okay, so next year
Whoever
is
finishes
still
top
4.
5, whoever finishes top 5 next year, go into the Champions League.
But
You wanna know something?
The
Next year-
23, 24, Tom, or 24, 25?
23-24. So we're in
So next-
22-23. This is irrelevant now how this finishes. Next season, 23-24. Whoever finishes top 5 goes into the Champions League for
Okay,
24-25.
Okay, so problem solved. Arsenal, Liverpool, Man United, Newcastle, Man City. Done.
Well, Tottenham.
What are we arguing about?
What
What are we arguing about?
Let's not rule
What
out
do you mean?
Tottenham.
No,
You
you're
never
not- you're
know.
not
can I ask
serious,
you guys
are
a
you?
question? If you guys
You're not
were to
serious.
do a blind top 5 for next season, would you have
But
Chelsea or Tottenham in there?
No. But, okay, so hear me out.
So why is
I
it so
think
crazy?
this-
So why am I getting so much hate from Chelsea fans? Because I'm sick and tired of Chelsea fans that they're actually delusional individuals. They talk the most shit. They yell and scream about Enzo. Your team gave up on you halfway through the season. I acknowledge everything's not going to be terrible forever, but they think they're the same old Chelsea. Roman's gone. Under Todd Bowley, we don't know what you guys are capable of. You could go and win things. You could not. But at this moment in time, we have not seen anything from Todd Bowley to say he's an adequate owner yet.
No, but what you have seen though is they've got 45 decent players. Let's be fair, and if they get a
50,
decent
bro.
manager, Chelsea's problem is not about bringing in players apart from a striker. It's about getting rid and actually finding the balance, like you said. And I think amongst that 45, you can find the balanced squad. So I don't think it's that far-fetched, to be honest. I think if you get rid of 1 or 2 players, Poch could have them doing things. You know, they've got some good players in that squad. So I don't know if it's a total disaster. Yeah, it didn't work this season. But who's to say they can't hit the ground running from the
Chelsea have
start?
too many unknown factors. If you want me to just quickly run through it, their attack cannot score goals, and we don't know who they're bringing in to sort that out. Their full-back depth, Cucurella's awful. Chilwell and Reece James are injury prone, so there's a very real possibility that Azpilicueta's getting 30 minutes next year. Their back three, their 3 centre backs. I actually think that's pretty solid.
Now go
Goalkeeper,
forward.
goalkeeper. God for honest to God, they have the worst keeping. Kepa is first choice and Edouard Mendy's second choice. That's the worst goalkeeping depth in the top 6. I'd sooner have Fraser Forster. Their midfield, bar Enzo Fernandez, is an injury-prone and Kante, an injury-prone and Kovacic, and
Who
who
is
else?
leaving? Who are both leaving?
Gallagher. Are we putting Gallagher? Is Poch going to turn Gallagher into Dele Alli 2.0? No, because Gallagher's simply not that
So you're
good.
telling me a Chelsea team that's only going to have Enzo Fernandez as their only first-team midfielder going into next season that they want to keep is going to be able to get back into the top 4?
They in a mess. They in
My-
a mess.
I-
They
I-
gone.
I- rest my
Guys,
case.
can I say
Go.
something
Made
before
a
we go
mess,
on? I'm
man.
sorry, guys. We have over 300 of you here, and we're not even on 150 likes. the like button. I know the conversation is amazing, but the like button is important as well. It's free. This is free content, and the like button is free. It looks like this underneath your live chat. Just hit that like button. At least give me to 150 likes. I just want to ask something about this year. Is this the year that everything relies on the transfer market? Everything for all the teams, other than Man City.
Year. I'm not gonna lie.
No, not like this. I don't think it's not like this year has been like everything relies on, other than Man City, of course, who don't need anybody. Like everything relies on.
No, Man City is gonna get worse if they don't go strong in the window also.
Again, see, this is the talk that like it just got very strong. It's strange.
What
Now you're like being very strange.
Man City are a good team, but they're gonna lose some of their good players in the window. They're gonna have
a couple of people asking me why we don't have Chelsea fans, guys. I'm sorry. Sometimes there is none available. It's as simple as that. I'm sorry.
If you guys,
I know HM. I know you watch us every stream, and I appreciate you. But sometimes, my hands are tied behind my back. Like I have nobody.
Yeah, Hamza. Yeah. If you guys let Laporte, Bernardo Silva.
Okay, let me tell you. Laporte is leaving, which is a fact, yeah. We're probably gonna get Vardio. And we get Vardio. This is the biggest upgrade because you're not touching any trophy. He's protecting it. Vardio is a fantastic.
What about Bernardo Silva?
Yeah. So okay, then Gundogan, I believe he's gonna renew a contract. They've offered him already too. Apparently, he's gonna stay. Bernardo Silva, he's still got a contract in 2025, I believe. Is it 2025 or 2024? So he can stay.
Bernardo has 2 years. 2 years left.
2025. We can hold him on that. So City can still hold him on that. Cancelo's leaving. Yeah. So we can still add Kimmich. All I need is Kimmich and Vardio. Then we're happy. Because this is what Man City. I believe we're getting Vardio. There's links about City are going to offer 80 million. We're going to get money from Laporte. We had a net spend of 120 million. So we still got money. And
actually, you have Bernardo until 2026. It's an option for you. So you have Bernardo. You are tying Bernardo until 2026.
Bernardo has to stay. I don't care. Gundogan's going to be given a contract. After we win the UCL, we got money in the bank. All we need is Vardio and Kimmich. And that means we're doing another treble next season. I'm not scared about the Premier League. I am not scared of the Premier League. And you know we're not scared. Because this squad is good enough to win us the Premier League again. Because our defense is amazing. Ake, Akanji.
The Premier League is not your problem, Hamza.
Walker, Rico Lewis. We got 5 good defenders. We got KDB, Rodri, Bernardo Silva.
This is your problem.
We got Alvarez.
This is your problem, bro. 4 times in a row. Unlikely.
Easy. No, I'm very confident we're winning it next season. 100%.
The only thing I would say, obviously, we're waiting until the Champions League final. I said it already. I put 50 quid for you guys to hit double figures against Inter Milan. However, if the unthinkable happens, because you man haven't scored at the Tottenham Stadium, by the way, so it's plausible. If the unthinkable happens and you don't win the Champions League, then what?
Wallahi, Deji, if you can win against them, and I'm not bantering against Man City, anybody in the world can win against Man City. They just need the right plan. Man City are great at home, away from home, still, and this is very unknown. And even Pep Guardiola said that. And we're gonna have a preview about the Champions League. Man City on paper, they are favorites, but again, Man City, this is the unknown for them. They have no idea what they're gonna face. Pep Guardiola just said we just started watching. Like this is really unknown. And if you're saying Man City are in a great form in the last 3 months, we have been absolutely in a great form in the last 3 months. Like our players just shooting blindly and they're scoring. Somehow it's happening. I don't know how, bro. Like today, like it's ridiculous. If you ask me about like 3 months ago, Inter, we were shit. Now I'm telling you, man, we're just scoring for free like this, shooting volleys. Everything is going for us. So to be honest, if I give my team 20% chance, watching Inter just now, I'm gonna give my team like 30, 35 chance because they don't know what's gonna hit them. We know Man City. Everybody knows Man City in the world. They know Mark Haaland, Kevin De Bruyne. They don't know who they're gonna play. They don't know how is this guy play football. They have no idea. Their defenders have never watched Inter play. Lukaku said that the team sat to watch Man City against Real Madrid. Those games. So they know
That's good.
who they're
That's
gonna
good.
face.
But I think the difference is Inter will come on the pitch fearful. Inter are
Yes,
fearful.
yes,
They're
yes, 100%.
scared.
But
They're
you're gonna be nervous.
The world
So
is
yes,
watching.
I agree.
So
But you're
already
gonna be
Man
very
City-
nervous. By the way,
But,
you're gonna
but
be
Man
very nervous.
City, I remember, and this will remind me of when Arsenal came to our ground. They were nervous. They were scared. You could see the players already. And if you're coming and you look scared and a dog is chasing you, they say, don't run. Don't
Yeah,
look
but
scared.
Man,
look
you don't.
scared.
I don't want to get
Continue
into the,
with
the
speed.
Champions League. All I want to say is this is something that's gonna play in Inter's hand is that Man City are gonna be the pressure of Man City is way more than Inter.
No, I
Inter
believe
know
not.
that they are not favorites. Man City, they know that this is a golden chance for them.
No,
Every
I
player
believe,
know this.
More. I believe there's a lot of pressure on Inter on one occasion.
Not really,
There's a lot of
because we already
pressure.
qualified for the Champions League.
No, it's
It's
not that.
nothing.
See, the whole
No,
Inter
seriously,
team,
there is nothing.
the Inter team know that the whole world is supporting them. It's support. Everyone is an Inter fan.
Bro,
It's
not
just
everyone's
waffle.
supporting
It's
Inter,
just
bro. What are you
waffle
talking
attitude.
about?
Nah, I disagree,
Arsenal
bro.
fans,
It's waffle.
Liverpool
What are you
fans,
talking
People
about?
like
Nobody
that,
in
bro.
Italy is supporting Inter.
PSG are supporting
People
Inter.
like
Everyone's an Inter fan.
More people
The
in
only
England
people
are
like-
supporting Man City than
Barcelona
you
and AC
think.
Milan.
Anyway,
Hamza,
let's
more
let's
people in
move
England
away.
are supporting Man City than you think.
No way, they're supporting Inter.
Wallahi,
Okay.
you are
Wallahi, they're
lost.
supporting Inter.
I'll be
You
honest.
are lost.
I'll be
Where's
honest,
this
honest,
going?
Hamza.
Can we not talk over each other because people cannot hear us? So
I think-
okay.
Yeah, I think it's not even a case of wanting someone to win or lose. I think most people have just decided that this is going to be a joke of a final. With the way that Man City disposed of Bayern Munich, they made them look like clowns. That 4-0 result the other day against Real Madrid, you know what I mean? And then we're thinking Inter Milan, we're all thinking it's going to be a walk in the park. I'm hoping that Inter Milan turn up and actually just give City a game. I think that's what we're all hoping for. But I don't think anyone is hoping Inter win or City win. I think we've all just kind of just accepted that City are going to do the treble this season. But we could be shocked. Stranger things has happened. in
Deji, who
football.
is supporting? Deji, who is supporting?
Do you know what? I'm not bothered who wins, but I'm expecting City to win by a canter.
So Egal, who are you supporting that final?
You know, you
He muted
Egal,
himself.
you're mute. Who are you supporting?
I want Inter to win it.
Okay, there you are. Tom, who are you supporting?
I couldn't care less.
Don't try.
I'm more worried
We
about the
know.
Europa League, mate. I
No,
can't lie. I'm more
what-
worried about the Europa League.
Let me tell you more. There's a lot of pressure on you.
I
because
thought
a
you were
lot
gonna
of
ask me
people
who do you
will
want to win, but yeah.
Yeah, I think
I thought you were gonna ask me as
the only
well.
fan base that are supporting us, Barcelona, AC Milan, and probably Juventus. The rest of the world are on that side, including PSG. They all are saying we don't want. Everyone has to do everything to stop.
Bro,
Man
there's a lot of English clubs that are actually their fan bases are probably going to support you.
I
Think
don't
about it.
believe that. I don't.
Spurs
believe
fans are supporting Man
You know
City.
why? Because actually, we want to see. I agree with Egal. One of the things, as much as I'm a Spurs fan, I like to see the Premier League and English teams on top of the food chain in terms of football. So for me, the fact that we are dominating European football, it does please me.
I respect
expect
that.
to see.
I respect that, Deji.
I expect to see the
respect that.
trophy come back to these shores because that's what you want. So deep
You're
down,
a lot less tribal than me. I don't
No.
want any. I don't
Bro,
want.
You're
I
a
remember,
scout.
bro. No,
You're
Tom,
a
let me let
scout,
you know.
Yes, it's
And I'm gonna show
expected,
my
Tom.
age.
You're a scout.
I remember when I had to listen week in, week out, how great the Italian league was, how great the Spanish league was, how they're always slapping us up. The English teams can't do this, the English teams can't do that. Whoa, the tables have turned. Do you get what I'm saying? So for me, I want more trophies coming into this country, regardless of who it is, and then we can kind of deal with the rivalry afterwards.
I'm not. I'm way too
I
tribal.
actually
for that. I
think
don't want.
There is another.
I don't
Tom,
want
do-
any English team having any
there
happiness
you
in
are.
any shape
Let
or
me-
form.
let me
for my
ask-
club.
I love that. Can I
Let me
ask you
ask
guys?
the
Do you
panel
think the
something.
cup final? Do you think the cup final this Sunday has a weight on the Champions League final at all? If they win or they don't win?
No.
I think the Brentford game has some weight on the FA Cup final, because if these guys go and rest their whole starters for a second successive game, they could be rusty going into this FA Cup final.
No, but if they lose to Man United in any way or shape, that means treble is out of the window.
Yeah.
This is already people are gonna mock them no matter what.
If they lose the FA
No
Cup
matter
final,
what.
you're even more screwed.
Yeah, they're gonna come. Yeah, we're coming for you. We're going
It'd
for
be a
first
revenge
half
game. They take all their anger out for not beating United on poor little Inter Milan
Honestly,
in that Champions League
City,
final.
That would be hilarious.
City win. They just keep momentum going as normal.
If
City
they lose, they're coming.
City lose.
They will
they're
come for you.
more
They will
focused than
come.
ever.
They will hammer you first half. More. They will hammer you. I promise you. And I'll be
Can I
shocked
say something though?
if
Hamza,
they lose. They will come with
Hamza,
anger.
Hamza,
If they win,
this whole thing, this agenda that you have, that everyone's against City, doesn't exist. I just want to make sure you know that.
oh please don't pretend.
Deji just proved it. Deji just proved it. There's a lot of City fans in
Deji's
the
the only
chat.
guy I've heard in the last 2 weeks.
Because the Premier League gave you guys charges. That's the Premier League. That's not everyone else saying they hate you. That's just the Premier League.
Do you want to know why I know everyone doesn't hate Manchester City? Because last year, when we were on for the treble, or even in 18-19 when we were on for our first league title, it was, Man City have to save football. We can't let Liverpool win a trophy. We can't let Liverpool win the league.
Look
it's
at
not
this
like,
season.
It's not like just all of a sudden out of the blue we've all decided, no, we can't let Man City do this. We got to save football. We've had it done against us. Even some of people saying it about Arsenal. We can't let Arsenal win the league. Man City needs to save football. They just say it.
That was
I don't care
Deji's
if you
song
win
the whole
it.
season.
I'll be honest, Hamza. I actually genuinely don't care if you win it this year because at least it's not against me. I was petrified last year. You know what?
I'm not gonna lie.
Because you played second last year.
Care.
You played second last year.
Arsenal are the team in England that they don't want City to win the most.
No, of course.
Really, of course. It's very
But
obvious.
they're gonna win a Champions League before us. It's embarrassing.
Yeah,
It just shows how far they've come.
Haruna Salim is saying, Deji, I get your point, but the English teams still have not dominated UEFA Champions League, Europa League, or International. EPL richest league, but not translated on the pitch. You haven't. Still the Spanish team.
Yeah, but that's because
have won a lot. There's a last point because we really gotta Egal. I know that everybody.
The Spanish team has won a lot. Real Madrid have won a lot. We're not letting Atleti or Barca try and come in and take some credit for Real Madrid's dominance.
Hamza's got
the police got him.
And my point, just adding to Tom, is that when you're playing, the English Premier League is the toughest league in the world, and when you're playing against 7 quality teams, let's be real. In the Spanish league, there's only 2 teams there: Real Madrid, Barcelona. Okay, third team, Atletico Madrid, maybe Bayern Munich, Dortmund. Italy, Juventus, Inter. Okay, Napoli came in, but they're not usually there. So, the competition is more fierce, which means that it's harder for our teams to win European football. Whereas Real Madrid can rest their full team against Osasuna on the weekend and then play their bloody full team against Liverpool on Wednesday. We can't afford. We don't have that luxury in the
Really and truly, nobody actually does that. But I just want to address what somebody said in the comments. My man said we're pretending that there's no City agenda, bro. There's no anti-City thing. It's just everyone acknowledges how good your team is, and some people choose to attack you guys in certain things. But you know how I know there's no anti-City thing? Because City get praised way more when they're doing well. Manchester United, Arsenal, Liverpool, when we're doing well, we get more hate for not achieving certain things, whereas City just get praised for everything positive and they don't get hate. I don't see City get as much.
No, it's not. It's not only about
that. When that final whistle went, last day of last season, I saw more tweets celebrating the fact that Liverpool didn't win the title than celebrating the fact that City won it.
Facts.
That's how I know.
Same with Arsenal
Man
this
City.
season.
The problem with Man City fans is that you went from being nobody to being gradually the best team in the league and probably in the world, winning everything, winning a lot. They are not. I think Man City fans are not used to this. Man United. I remember when I was when I was a teenager. Man United. I didn't even support anybody in the Premier League. I just hated Man United. I just hated the dominance they had.
Yeah, nobody hates City.
I don't hate City. Like last year, because of Liverpool fans and how they gave me headache about the quadruple, I just wanted them to lose the 4 competitions.
People are annoyed because they're so good. You
Yes,
can be
because
annoyed because somebody's so good, but genuinely hate. I only
it's
think
not
I
hate.
only think
It's
Man
not
United
hate.
hate City. Only Man United hate City.
Okay, so Charlie now got to know. See, this is what I mean. There's like they were nobody. What I mean, nobody. You weren't sitting at the big table. City fans, and every City fan knows that you weren't sitting at the big table before, which is nothing against the club, like Chelsea, like everybody. It's all right. You built your history,
But you know what? They don't care.
which is okay. You are the
They don't
exactly.
care.
That's what I want to say to City fans. You are creating Spurs. By the way, they had the chance to create history. They didn't. Arsenal, they had a chance to create history by going to the Champions League final, and maybe you got like 2 Champions League semifinals. They didn't win it, but City are creating history in 20 years or 30 years from now. Let me just say that 20, 30 years from now, people will remember this period as Man City period, like we remember the 90s as Man United period and the 2000s. But City, so people, this is why it's not hate. It's probably jealousy, or I don't want to see someone that dominant. I want to see
it's more jealousy.
It's more probably
it's envy or jealousy.
It's like when I saw Juventus dominating the Italian league, I didn't want to see them successful at all because they're dominating the league. These City fans, you guys are not used to this. Probably you're not. Man United fans, they're used to this now. If they win and people hate on them, Liverpool fans, same. They're like, yeah, hate us. Yeah, envy.
You're doing something right if people don't like you.
Yes, of course. And we acknowledge that they are amazing now and they are great. Doesn't mean we're going to celebrate every win they win. People want us to celebrate every single win for Man City. I'm not going to do that.
You know what? I don't mind Man City. It's just now that I've lost to them, it annoys me more. But I'm not going to say I hate Man City. I don't want them to win the Champions League solely because they're going to win the Champions League before us. And it's embarrassing. But really and truly, all of us here would love to have seen what these guys have been able to see in the last 10 years at our clubs. We'd all love to have that.
Some fans did. To be honest with you, some older fans like Daps and the people that have been supporting the club for longer, they're older. They have seen the club go down. They have seen the club struggle. They have seen the club do a lot of work to be in where they are now. Some fans just didn't. They saw the club, like the young Barcelona fans that only got up, so Messi winning everything and scoring goals left and right. They don't know. they have no idea.
They don't know what it's like to be in the trenches.
Exactly. But anyway, there's no hate. People think I'm gonna get this. Is the last thing I'm gonna say. Nothing is personal. People think it's personal. Again, it's them. It is not. You do not play for the club, and I don't hate.
Look at Winter Surfer's comment
in the club.
That's a great comment.
Advice to all City fans and Newcastle fans, as well as they start winning, embrace the hate and enjoy the envy from other fans. Yes, Chelsea fans, the most successful club in the last 20 years in the Premier League. Fact.
Look at the trophies to be hated than ignored. That's how it's best to be hated than ignored, because if you're hated, there's an ounce of respect for you.
Chelsea went from not being a top 10 club in England to being the fourth best club.
And look at them. Look at the two Champions Leagues, guys, in 20 years, 2 Champions League and 2 Europa Leagues with 4 Super Cups. Come on, or 3. Come on, just 5 league titles. That's a lot of achievements in just 20 years. And people didn't like Chelsea.
Respect to City, man. It's annoying, but yeah.
Absolutely. This is what people don't understand. People come at me and say, like, why do you hate City? I really don't. I just probably because you're dominant and you're winning every game, I don't like this. Anyway. Thank you, everybody. Thanks
it's why people don't like Bayern.
Yes, exactly.
11 league titles. What the flip?
Yes. Anyway, that's why, by the way, people don't understand. Everybody in Italy is against Juventus. Even when Inter win and Milan win, they're against Juventus.
Anyway, you guys are happy Juventus got 10-point deduction.
100%. And everybody's happy. Like, look at that. The rest, the 19 teams are happy. They have no.
I'm happy because I get pot 2 now.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, it's nothing personal. We really appreciate you guys. But thanks, Egal. Thanks, Tom. It was a great show, to be honest. We went for longer than expected, but I liked it. Thanks for everybody here. Make sure to hit that like button before you go. We still have 350 people here. So hit that like button for me if you haven't yet. Get us at least to 200 likes and leave a comment after. And we're out of here.